make kids. Because if I'm getting married, that's kind of like the next step in my process, in my thought process is, okay, is this woman enough that I want to do till death do us part? And if not, then I'm not. If I'm not ready physically or emotionally or ready, then that's just not the vibe that I'm going for.
Dang, Del pretty much already answered the question for everybody, but but to kind of piggyback on that, man, it comes down to the maturity aspect, real. Because you gotta think how you were back when you were like 20 years old compared to how I am 40 years old. So my mindset back then was good women. I was passing up just because I was, excuse my language, chasing the booty. But as you get older, your mindset changes, man. You start thinking, all right, does this person have substance? What about yourself? You got to change yourself too internally to think, okay, good women want good dudes that are going to provide, dudes that are going to protect. And when you're young and dumb, man, you don't think about that stuff. So you pass up good women, and later on you realize, damn, I had an opportunity to have that chick because she's doing X, Y, Z. She's a nurse or she's a doctor. Right. I passed that opportunity up, but you learn from your mistakes to be better later on in life. Like, all right, you know what? I see the signs where I messed up before, and I matured up to realize that, hey, I made a mistake, and this is what I'm going to do to move forward to find a good relationship. So
exactly, I agree.
Can you repeat the question one more time?
All right, so what do men believe is their biggest obstacle in finding a long-term mate?
I think it's fear, like fear of loss. Like, did I miss out on times with my homies going to the bar? Did I miss out on that other girl because I was messing with this girl? Like, maybe say you did take an opportunity to where you're like, all right, this is a good girl. I don't want to miss out on this opportunity. So then you get with her, but maybe you missed out on a whole nother girl. You know what I mean? Or whatever it is. Like, but I think it's fear of loss. Like you feel like you're missing out on something if you are tied down. And then, because I'm young, so for me that's more so like I think my mindset. And then after that, it's like, who are you spending your time with? Like you were saying, I think you were saying like you think about different things as you get more mature. So like I definitely feel what both of y'all said on that part.
It's all about overcoming your
Lexi, how old are you? 27. Yeah. So like 27 when you start thinking about a few things. I didn't really start. I was in relationships at you know what I'm saying, at that age, you know what I'm saying. I was in relationships, pretty good relationships. It just wasn't the right relationship, And then there's other ones that were like, damn, I missed out on that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they were good relationships where I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And I can honestly say that I fucked up. I at the time I had a girl who was just like, she was a low key weed head, right? And then when she had a baby, she no longer was a weed head. And my problem with her, she was a weed head. You know what I'm saying? Like little simple stuff. Like, and that's just for one example. You know what I'm saying? So it's just once she had a kid, she's like, and I followed up with her, like, you still smoking weed like you used to? Nah, I don't smoke weed at all. Wow. And that was one of my major issues because I was in the military. Like, and I'm dead ass because the weed wasn't like it is today. Weed was very much so illegal everywhere when I was going. You know what I'm saying? So imagine when I'm in his age, that's 10 years ago. 10 years ago, weed was illegal everywhere. So if I'm in the military, and that's a part of me, and I'm bringing you around other military personnel, then that's one of my issues. That's kind of, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that was near dear to my heart. And it's nonchalant, but it's not as different as it is now. So.
It's totally different nowadays.
Yeah. So Dale, I'm gonna share this with y'all, and so make sure y'all Fabe, Dale, and Doc, they actually do the military right now. I'm what you call a military brat. That's how I actually got to Missouri. So my dad served for 8 years, E9. He's in the military. We hopped around place to place. So I'm what you call a military brat. So I done been in places, seen things. My dad made E9. I thank all y'all for y'all service. Make sure y'all thank them for their service. Yeah, but guys, I got it. So now we gotta put the ladies in the box. I'm
gonna leave one thing for the ladies though. One thing before you switch it over. So we're talking about obstacles. So why do women choose the bad boys instead of good dudes? So that could be a problem. I want to see their response on that one.
I'm a bad boy.
Can I get the ladies?
Ain't all about that D either. It's all about that.
Back in the box, please. I mean, I don't know. All right. Before we get to what Doc said, I'm gonna let y'all get to what Doc said. Matter of fact, do y'all want to address what Doc said before y'all follow up with the question? It's up to y'all. Because Doc is.
Wait, back to the question.
All right. Back to the question. Let's stick back to the script. Okay, so why do y'all believe men find? What do y'all believe men's biggest obstacle in finding a mate is from a woman's perspective? Can we get that?
I think that a lot of men fail to acknowledge that other men exist and have existed. So I think that they go into finding a woman believing that they can get a woman who has never been tainted by other men. So they don't want to know about the past relationships. They don't want to hear about that because they don't have nothing to do with me, but not realizing like, no, like those past things have occurred and they shaped who a person is now. So who her last man was is going to be very different, and it's going to depending on how good or bad he was, has shifted who she is as a person. Not necessarily negatively, but she's going to have, you know how they say my antennas are up, like certain things you're going, wait, nope, I've been here before. What is this? This looks familiar. So they pretend they don't.
Okay. Okay. So I want to revisit that later with you, Miss Phoebe D, even if it's in your live, because you're saying basically based off a woman's hurt from the past. That's what we talk about bringing.
Past period, past just living before you show up. Like I lived before you show up.
Her future relationship. So the baggage, that's what I was getting to.
No,
so bringing the baggage.
It doesn't have to be baggage. We don't have to give it that negative connotation. We have lived entire lives before you showed up.
I agree. Okay.
All of that doesn't go away.
If you don't mind, we're gonna revisit that in the future. I don't care where we at. We're gonna discuss that because you got brilliant opinions. Okay, Miss Misha, can you tell us so?
I want to hear Kitty's opinion next. I don't stand by because I'm really confused by the question a little bit, just a little bit.
Well, okay, let me stop. Miss Phoebe D, do you want to explain a little better for her?
No, yeah.
What do men find as their biggest obstacle to finding long-term mates or relationships? And it's just kind of, what do they think is preventing that from happening, right? Because conversations always kind of boil down to men choose wives, right? So.
Okay. What's preventing? Okay, gotcha. You want me to go, Misha?
Girl, go, yes.
All right, I'll go. So I think that Fiva did touch on something that I was going to say, and that somewhat is the socialization of men and the gender of male, and what that encapsulates. And by that, I mean, like, one of my degrees is in sexuality, right? And when I say that, I'm saying that how we gender socialize young boys to be men, it gives, a lot of times, these are so many research studies on this. I'm not going to pull, but I'm just saying that there's stuff out there that demonstrates that little boys are picked more than little girls to answer questions, and little boys are picked more to be leaders than girls are, and so on and so forth. And I feel like because of some of these unknown biases towards little boys, that they automatically start to build this inflated sense of self. And, because of that, when they go into a relationship and a woman is like, oh, I'm really into this man and I'm all about it, or even if they're just talking and chit-chatting back and forth, right? They're like, oh, she's into me. She's not going to be talking to nobody else. But that's not the way this is, because women, we've been taught a whole different way, and so in my world, I guess gender socialization is probably one of those things, like an inflated sense of machismo, like an inflated sense of manliness, or what it means to be manly.
The personality of the person and how they was taught and raised based off their perspective of how they view this opinion. And Miss Phoebe, to add in on that, I think go both hand in hand. It's basically based off that woman's past as well and what she had to encounter and endure before she got to you. So you might she's saying you might want to take that into consideration. Okay, so I got to recap on that. Misha, what do you have for us? Am I correct? Am I correct, ladies, before I move to Misha? Okay. All right, Misha. She's from okay.
So if I'm going to answer this, I'm not sure if I'm answering this correctly, but I feel like something that could hold a man back from meeting the woman of his life is being emotionally available. A lot of men aren't emotionally available. I guess that's how I can say that. I just like to yeah. What do I mean?
Okay. What do you mean by that?
Because I feel like some men like can like be in a relationship with you, but I don't feel like they share their feelings, who they were as a child, how do they really feel mentally. You know, they don't express themselves. So emotionally, like that part of them is caged. A lot of men don't know how to love, like in some terms. I don't know if I don't want to step on nobody's toes when I say this, but like some men don't know how to love properly. Because some people were brought up off for survival versus love. So I feel like it can be looked at different ways. So yes,
Can I
emotionally.
That might make it a little even more clear, Misha.
Yes, go ahead.
So I often say, like, for a woman, when a woman is upset or angry, right, she'll cry, she'll tell her friends. A man will tell you absolutely nothing is wrong, and you'll ask him 3 times and he will say nothing, and then he will punch a hole in the wall. And it's like,
guys,
nothing's wrong. Why are you punching holes in the wall? So that's kind of what we mean when we say men are emotionally unavailable. Like, it's something wrong. We can see it, we can smell it, like everything about it is sitting right there, and you're like, I am fine. Now I got holes in the wall. So
and then it per se of
I get it.
say I'm mad, he doesn't know how to be there.
Punch holes in the wall.
no, I know all men don't, but that's just the example. Usually that kind of helps both sides.
I get it. So you saying basically men keep it bottled up inside until it's ready to explode. I can't say that's a lie. I can honestly agree with you. I did that before. So I can't sit here and say Miss Fever Diva is lying because I honestly done that before. I didn't punch a hole in the wall, but I kept saying nothing is wrong, nothing is wrong, nothing is wrong. And then one day I just finally ticked. So I agree with her. All right, can I have actually I gotta ask y'all a question for the guys. Are y'all ready? Since I respect and got all y'all opinions on that, can we get a question in for the guys now?
Let's go.
Oh, y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We just move this along then.
He just says,
Okay, so the guys want to know: are women more discreet? How? Y'all, the guys had to answer a question of y'all's in the box while I was already in the box. So, okay, y'all followed up on the guys' questions. So now we're gonna ask a question for the guys before y'all get out of the box because y'all already here. And Miss Fever was like, I know where this is going. All right, we got y'all here. So, the guys want to know, since Miss Fever Diva made it personal for the men, they wanted to make it personal for them. And they said, are women more discreet than men when they're flirting, sexting, or cheating? They just want to know. All three. And they said, if so, why? Or why not?
Go first. Yes, we are more discreet.
Mally, welcome.
For sure. I mean, because at the end of the day, I think that men and women tend to cheat for different reasons. As a woman, if I'm cheating, chances are I'm actually auditioning for my next man.
Me and Doc said that. I ain't gonna lie. Me and Doc talked about that one day.
Like, I am. I mean, if I feel like I gotta cheat on you, chances are I know this relationship is not going to be forever. So we just gonna audition for the next dude, and then when it's over, when I feel like it's over with you, or I find the next dude, like, it's over. But we're more discreet because we socially will be ostracized for being a cheater. Yeah. Like, when a man finds out a woman cheats, like his mama gonna know. she cheated.
I ain't gonna lie. Listen, I'm gonna say this, and guys, I gotta say
Oh,
this.
call his mama.
Honestly, when
She cheated on me.
we do brush it over, and like I did a statistics check, and it's 80% according to Cosmetology magazine. They did 140,000 study. Men, most likely when we cheat, we brush it under the rug, but we put it on top of the rug when a woman cheats. The study was done by 100,000 different people from different colleges, so it was a bunch of college students. But
we got to be a little quieter because you're gonna tell my mama, your mama, kids gonna find out. So we just gonna hide this until I'm ready for people.
Oh, the kids gonna find. Oh wow. Okay. Who wants to go? I'm just. Oh, I didn't believe. Whoa, Fever gave us the.
I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna go next on this one. So my background is I've never been the person who cheated on someone, but I have been cheated on by every single man in my life, literally, right? So if the only person there is one, actually, one exception, ex-husband, okay? That was a whole different thing. But as somebody who says to myself, I'm not a cheater, right? I'm not a cheater. Like I would say discreetly, I'm not gonna look, I'm not cheating. Like there is, in my mind, if I'm with somebody, I ain't trying to cheat. And if it gets to the point where I am no longer interested in them emotionally, physically, and I've communicated that to them, I cut ties and move on. I don't stay and continue to get beat up in a relationship mentally, emotionally, and be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna get a little candy on the side here, or I'll get some candy over here. I ain't doing that. If I gotta do that, there's no point of being in a relationship with you. I'm done. I am done. So I don't know. I would say for me, it's the opposite, because to me, in my life experience, and this might not be all in general, but I can only speak for myself, is that men tend to be more sneaky and more discreet and come up with so many more excuses to like go out and hit their side chicks and their friends and their phones and stuff like that. To me, it's the men.
What?
Sorry. Maisha, you go ahead, Donnie.
Oh, whoa.
Didn't see that one coming, huh?
Yeah. Oh. Ooh.
I still love you, meows.
Wow.
I feel like both, to be honest, because like they both made the points of what I'm thinking. Like females can be more sneaky. Guys are like, leave their dang phone out. Females like, take it to the bathroom or take it to the car. I gotta go get we're gonna take honey.
What are you talking about? I don't even have a lock on my phone.
Or it's gonna be
a lock on my phone.
Type stuff. We're gonna have to be, all the way together. Guys slip up. Now, you can be in a guy's inbox, and then the next week he's married. So it's
the opposite. He
so
could be in your inbox and then married.
Like, it really does. So it's like.
I'll just say I say it from personal experience. My ex still don't know I cheated on him, but I know he cheated on me. So.
Whoa! Oh my God!
This is how I know we are more discreet. We been broke up 5 years. He still don't know.
Whoa! 5
It was me.
It's the 5 years for me. It's the 5 years for me. Wow.
He said he just knew I would never cheat on him. I just didn't feel like it was necessary to burst his bubble. It was over at that point.
Wow. That is literally crazy. Okay. I appreciate y'all all been in the box. We gotta let the guys answer the question so we can move it along before we have to wrap up the show. It was wonderful answers. I respect them all. We gotta give the guys a chance to say something to that before we move along to y'all next question. which is kind of deep, I must say.
Yep.
All right, do y'all want to tackle anything on that question?
Oh, I know I do.
Okay.
But, you want me to go first? Or you want to go down?
I'm not staying for this.
Go ahead, Doc. You go first.
All right, so check this out. So I was married 13 years, and my wife had an affair while I was deployed for 9 months. Couldn't even stay faithful. Came back home, didn't even know she was having an affair, but I could tell her attitude changed, everything else. She was being sneaky, tried to deny. So she was hanging out with this dude from her school, just to kind of break it down real quick. And she was having an affair with the dude in her class, her nursing class. So he's just a friend. That was the biggest excuse I heard from all the cheaters. Oh, you ain't got nothing to worry about. He's just a friend. Bullshit. When a woman says that, you know damn well he's more than just a friend. But real talk though, like emotionally, going back to that, hey, if you're done with a relationship that you have to go cheat on somebody, just end the relationship. Like, why creep? Because women, what they want is they want the security of a relationship, but they want to fuck around and have their cake and eat it too. So that's the problem. So women, if y'all want to cheat, just end it. Move on. Go fucking sleep with everybody. But don't be married and don't be in a committed relationship with somebody. If they're putting their heart, effort into somebody, fucking end it. At least spare that person. If you want to go out and sleep around, shit. That's my thoughts.
I respect it. What you got, Leg?
Mike on that one.
I do. Leg, what you got for us, brother?
Okay, repeat the question one more time. I always got to get the question asked again.
Shit, now I got to pick up my damn bait now. Damn.
All right. Are women more discreet than men when they're flirting, sexting, or cheating?
Hell yes.
I was innocent. I was poor.
I feel like they do the most. They be doing the most. I feel like they be doing the most. And like the craziest part is when you got a chick that's not interested in you and you kick it with her and listen and watch the stuff that they do behind closed doors. With like, if you ever got a girl that don't like you, like she's not interested in you, but she cool and y'all kick it and she be messing with dude, watch how they be, man, it's sad.
Trifling.
It's sad.
Oh yeah.
You be thinking she really into you, she love you, this and that, and behind closed doors, she over there kikiing a ha and then showing and that doing the most.
Yep, facts, big facts.
Crazy.
What you think, Del?
More discreet when it comes to all the extraness. More discreet. I think they're more discreet with it, but in a sense, a guy can get away with it a little more. You know?
Whoa, we ain't heard this yet. What you mean, brother? You care to explain this? Talking about sexting.
So like when it comes to like sexting and shit like that, yeah. But like women are more discreet with that part.
Sexting.
But when it comes to like more of the physical act of it, I think men can get away with it more. Because like men are not, when they cheat, it's not necessarily an emotionally charged thing. I know I have friends that they were good at. They were good at what they fucking do. You know what I'm saying? They were good at it. And so, but it wasn't, but they quote unquote loved the woman that they were with. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want it, but they just wanted the rush that along with it. And marriage was not a part of the formula, but they still wanted the woman in order for them to work towards that marriage. If that makes sense, they wasn't too sure. So for me, I just let it go and just rather be single. But for that person, they wanted, I guess you could say, wanted their cake and eat it too. But as far as being discreet with it, pertaining to the question, females are more discreet. Men put it out there, but a lot of women don't look at the signs because they're blinding from the emotional thought process that goes along with it.
I can agree with
They call it the limerence phase.
Right.
During that affair called.
Right. And so they accept it for what it is and don't believe it until it's actually like smacking them face. I know one of my homeboys the girl told his girl and she still didn't believe the shit. and they still were together, and that shit was true as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, and it's all, you know what I'm saying? It's all dealing with college and stuff like that. So
which takes me to my next point, that I think women look for it more. Like they try to find it more, so that men can't be like men aren't as discreet because women care more to find
and they get
the cheater. Like, I'm not a detective. I'm not necessarily always trying to look for that. Like, I'm not about to fill my mind with like, is she cheating? Do I need to go check at this? And is there a condom in the trash can? Get to the phone. Like,
women are more looking for an emotional connection, vice guys are looking for more of a physical connection.
Because men don't believe women will cheat on them. It's not that they don't believe they will cheat on them. It's just, you know what I'm saying? I don't suspect you to be cheating until you start looking through my shit. That's when I think you're cheating. I think a woman is cheating when they start looking through your shit. And I just be honest.
When they meet you and you brought them to your house for the first time, Dale. Let me just throw this in there. And they looking through your shit. Let's say that.
It's no more conversation. What are we conversing about? There's nothing for us to talk about. Because if you don't trust me enough to go through you, if you come to my house and you go through my shit at any point in the relationship and we're not at that level, or and even right now, even if we be in a relationship, you feel the need to go through my shit, you need to let me know what you're looking for. What are you looking for? Because I'll pretty much hand you my phone anyway, right? But for you to go through my shit, then there's no need for us to be together because you lack the trust for us to be in a relationship in the first place. So there's no need for us to be in a relationship if you feel the need to go through my shit. It's just point blank period. So like I understand I will allow you to go through my shit if you really like going to the movies and some shit, you got the opportunity. But like for you to go through my text messages, all the other stuff, yada yada yada, you lack the trust. You lack the trust that you need to be in a relationship. You don't need to be in a relationship. You need to be just fucking around.
Yeah, then they question you on everything. Who's this girl? Who's this? Who's this?
Right. And now I gotta explain like some crazy shit. That might have been. I mean, shit.
I would disagree with part of that, brother, just for the reason. I know based off what Thiva Diva said earlier about considering what a woman went through earlier, like they got insecurity issues sometimes, just as well as men, self-confidence issues. So I wouldn't say all of them are cheating when they looking through our shit, but some of them do. We got to know who the women we're dealing with.
I'm telling you right now, if you look at my shit, I'm assuming you cheating and it's no longer for us to be together. You don't trust me. So there's no need for us to have to continue this relationship. Because now I'm fighting with your past. I'm not fighting with your to be your future. I'm fighting with your past. I haven't done anything for you to go to that part. So that means that your last relationship, you're not quite over. For me, your last relationship, you're not over it yet. And so therefore, if you're going through my shit, then that means that's what you did with your last relationship. And so you bringing that last relationship mentality to your new relationship. Therefore, there's no longer a relationship.
And that's why we got to discuss that again. And that's why I said I'll revisit that with her, because that was my total thought on it, Doc. Are you bringing your future, your past relationship to the future?
And then that's a conversation you can have. I mean, most mature, as you mature, you get to know, like, she learned how to suck dick from somewhere. Yep. She, you know what I'm saying? That pussy's good from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? We're not all born again virgins. Shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? She ain't no virgin. You ain't reteaching everything. You know what I'm saying? So like at the end of the damn day, as you get older, you mature a little bit and just like, at first you don't want to hear about that shit, but like, if a man is not mature enough to know where your past is, to know where you're at right now, to at least know what the fuck is that hurt is, what is that emotional trait, then he doesn't really need to be with you like that. Because the fact that y'all need to open up, he has to be open enough to want to communicate and want to talk. Like I'm guilty of the same shit. I mean, but I take the time when I'm off to fucking try. I at least try. You know what I'm saying? At least try. At least put that forth the effort to try to figure out what the fuck's going on.
It's the try for me. Okay.
Hey, listen. You know, us men, we fucking bullheaded. Goddamn it! I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I don't want to hear all that bullshit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. I think a lot of it is bullshit. But then I start thinking about it. I'm like, oh, okay. I see what's going on. I understand. But at the moment, if I'm mad, I don't want to fucking talk to you. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't fuck.
Never make decisions while you're emotional. You gotta step back from the situation.
Exactly. Reason. So give me a second. Let's have a thought process. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like talking when I'm mad. When I talk when I'm mad, there's a lot of fuck yous going along, or fuck this, or fuck that.
All kind of shit just coming out.
In there somewhere.
Right. I don't want to hear that shit right now. It's not the time. You know what I'm saying? So we cool off. We'll cool off. We'll cool off. Give it a few minutes, and we'll come back to it if it's that important for you. Because me, my forgetful ass, I don't forgot that we don't got fucking an argument. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm trying to fucking get some hugs and kisses, some sex. Just 10 minutes later, I forgot about it. To me, it's not that important.
That solves all the problems.
Hey, did we get Legs in there? Legs, did you give your thought process on that?
Yep.
All right, we got to move on to the next question real quick. All right, so the women ask, does hardship make a person stronger? If so, under what conditions? And what point is too much hardship in a relationship?
Hardship in a relationship or just personal hardship? So hardship in a relationship.
So if you lose your job, you lose your leg, you get in a car accident, you get shot overseas, God forbid, knock on wood, keep y'all safe. Here's the thing. So how much hardship is too much where you have to leave?
And I'll put it this way. If you love somebody enough, you'll rock with them whether they're up here or down here, like no bullshit, because life happens to everybody. COVID happened, right? People lost their jobs. So, I don't want to be with you now just because COVID happened, you lost your job. That don't make sense. But the thing is, if you can rock with me at my lowest point and pick me up as a mate, shit, we're going to be together, because then I build that respect for you. And then that's what builds love, because you're building that mutual respect, building love. And I'm like, damn, this girl rocked with me when I was at my lowest, and now I'm at the high point of my life, and we doing it together. So that's my thought process on it.
Absolutely. I got 110% agree with that. I mean, we all go through shit. It's how you bouncing back as a couple to be even better. So I think hardship shouldn't be a reason before it. And when it comes for when's enough is enough, it's a case-by-case situation when you having shit just going down. Now, we got to define hardship. Now, if he a fucking drug addict and goddamn smoking all crack cocaine and all heroin and everything else, that's a fucking hardship. You know what I'm saying? So let's be honest. If I'm sitting here thinking about some shit like that, bitch, you ain't getting no fucking better. You looking like a goddamn skinny twig. I ain't got, what the hell? I'm supposed to stick to you to death? Hell, fuck no. Bitch, you need to go to rehab. You better figure that shit out.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So there's levels to that shit. Now, you talk about some of the shit that you talk about, okay, but you got to talk about some damn real fucking hardship shit. You know, all of a sudden she done develop a taste for cocaine. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. I've seen what it do too. You know what I'm saying? So
on that. If you're at the lowest, what are you doing to pick yourself up?
What are you doing to build yourself back?
I thought I was gonna say it's a mentality thing. I think the hardships are gonna come. You're gonna have good days, bad days, good times and bad times, but it's a mentality thing. Like, what are you doing to progress us out of, what are we doing to progress us out of this? Like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? And that's where it comes down to, like, are we building each other up still? Are we growing together? Are we like letting each other plateau? Or are we like declining because it's not going to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, the bigger thing, what it boils down to basically is the communication factor. What are we doing to come out of this? What is the plan? What is the next step? You know what I'm saying? So, like, a lot of this is like, a lot of this is just, what are we doing as a team to build our household up to make it?
That's what I was looking for, as a team. What are we doing as a team? Am I the only one that's working towards to get you back together, or are you actually applying yourself to help me get you there?
Right, and we all go through it. I mean, we go through a little depressed state of you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I can't figure it out or some shit. And that's the purpose of a spouse, to sometimes help you figure that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, help you get to that next step. What should I be doing? What, I mean, because we don't always got the answers. I think sometimes as females, you always want the man to take the forward role, but behind every strong president, there was a strong ass fucking female. Behind Obama was the strong ass fucking female. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, it takes two to run a household, but you have your leader, but sometimes your leader needs a quick fix answer too. You know what I'm saying? That's what you lean on to
that's the queen makes all the, you know what I mean? The queen got, right, she can move the
we all know women won the goddamn world. We all know Michelle Obama had a lot to do with motherfucking Barack being successful. You know what I'm saying? You can't have one without the other. You see how damn Trump fucked shit up? You know what I'm saying? She wasn't just speaking a lot of English. So like, you know what
All right, brothers. We gotta let the women in. We gotta get them. We gotta keep it moving along. We gotta give them a chance to get back in the box and say their thoughts and their opinions on this question. We gotta figure out what they feel hardship is, because I think, you know, I kind of wish I had Lemon on the show tonight, because I mean, when you talk about hardship, I heard some hardship. Like when dealing with like relationships and like going to the ends of the earth for that person, like she did that. And so, I mean, it hit home. Like, and I got my daughter, I'm a single father because my child's mother is a drug addict. So at 3 months old, like I couldn't like leave her in that situation. So she's 8. She turned 8 Tuesday. So like, yeah, I felt that when Dale said that, because like I didn't know how to take care of a kid. I didn't know what to do. I was like still partying, living my life. But when the kid came involved, I had to do what I had to do because I couldn't let her live like that. But I'll let y'all answer this question about hardship.
I'll go first. You know, well, hardship comes in and it really tests us because one, you know, there's multiple ways that hardship can look, whether it's physical, like a limb, or something that you can't see, like a mental illness that develops because they went through a traumatic event, you know, like a car accident. All of a sudden now your whole life is changing and you have to respond to what's happening. I want to say that there's a place that I probably would duck out if in a physical relationship with a partner, not on the physical part, but if the relationship became dangerous to myself, I would duck out. Until by that I mean if I was married with somebody, I would say you need to go fix this, and I would probably separate for a period of time from them and then see if they could fix this. Especially, you know, like I dated like this person who had really bad PTSD, and like he would hide underneath tables and stuff, and it was very apparent that he wasn't going to do anything to help himself move on emotionally, mentally. He's not going to therapy, he's not seeing nobody, he wants to stay inside his house. And it became very apparent to me that I couldn't save him, and the only person he could save was himself. And at first, you know, he didn't show that side to me. He waited until he was very comfortable and then showed that side to me later on. So I felt slightly deceived as well, right? Because it was like, okay, you manipulated me to think you were this, but then I really find out you're hiding underneath the table and you need help. And I can't give you that help. He's thinking that I could solve that problem. I can't.
Yeah,
the only person who can save is
with them. So as a manipulated, so he played it off in the beginning to where you didn't know he was hiding under the tables. I'm just asking because did you not? So then he knew what he was doing. I mean, at that point, if he was well enough to know that he had to hide this trait from you, right? He knew what he was doing from the beginning. Okay.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. So in those situations, I don't feel any kind of guilt, any kind of way about ducking out and saying no. And then I ended up finding out one other situation was that the guy dumped his last girlfriend because she did turn into having a physical illness, and then he was dating me. Well, I didn't find that out until date number 5, right? There was no date number 6. Because I'm like, okay, so you're telling me she got a physical illness and you ducked out? Nah, I'm not down with that. Because that means you're going to duck out on me when I get older, or we get older. Say we're in our 60s and I don't know, I'm chubby. Maybe I'll get diabetes someday, you know? Like, are you going to dump me because then I'll get, you know, potentially get the diabetes, you know, or something? Like, no, I'm going to be here for you, if I decide like I'm in this relationship with you and I'm serious about it, there is not going to be a ducking out. But at the beginning of the relationship where I'm trying to negotiate who you are and what I am to you in that time period, I could potentially duck out on either of those situations depending on how honest they were at the beginning. That's all I got.
Okay. All right. I appreciate the gift, but no, who wants to go next? Who wants to go next? Somebody has to go next.
Well, I just feel like, okay, like I just like to keep stuff simple. Everybody likes to be elaborate on this show, and I love it. I love it. I am here for the conversation, but I am high and I'm like getting straight to the point. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But okay. Now with hardships, like the most common sense one is like if they go to jail, that hardship, I'm out of there. Not going to stay with them. I am not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. No, you're not about to waste my life. No, you should have thought about that. Now.
Whoa. That's at least she honest, but that's a tough cookie to crumble. At least she honest, but that's hard, Misha. I ain't gonna lie, that's hard to take.
That's not hard.
Because what if y'all was out and a guy made a comment about you and he decides to hit him and now he's got manslaughter. I know. I got a good friend that went through this. He hit a guy. He fell on the concrete. He had a seizure. He died. And he went and did 10 on the manslaughter. He was getting out in 3 years. She thought he had a real 10. She left him and started having sex with his best friend. And they was married.
But wait, hold on. The guy said something and he punched him. And the guy ended up dying.
He was harassing her. But when they got outside to leave, he said something else that made it progress.
But the man never put his hands on him?
No, he was just up in her face. And he kept asking her, like, get out of her face. Get out of her face. He was another soldier. He kept saying, just get out of my lady's face. So he had control. Trust me, he had control. But then when he was outside and trying to get in the car and the guy followed him, he hit him. He took the opportunity to hit him. And the guy died. And that's the way it played out in court. I promise that's the way it played out in court. Dimples, what's up, girl? All right, I'm just saying. Okay, Phoebe, you gotta believe me, but what's your take? We gotta hear from you. I'm just saying that's the way it played out in court.
Because I mean, any other hardship, I feel like if a person is diagnosed with cancer, I wouldn't just leave them. If somebody, was in a bad wreck and they had their leg amputated, I can't just leave them.
Well,
it's like, it depends, like, but I do say this, like, if we're in a hardship of, like, say he lost his job and he has to find another job, okay, I'll hold you down, whatever. But let me tell you, don't get too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable, okay? Don't get too comfortable because, baby, they don't grow on a tree. I'm going to need you to go find it, okay? So it's like that type of hardship, I'm going to have to leave you to. Like, if you're not motivated, I can't be with you. Like, I'm not going to, no. Because then you're taking me down. Because they say, person that doesn't have nothing to lose will make you lose everything.
Wow. Facts.
That came out of the wisdom hair.
Yeah, right. Miss Fever Diva. She said it to the point. No, she laid it on us. That was hard. Hey, I'm sorry. That was harsh reality.
Question, but so for me, I honestly believe that it's not about the baggage, and I hate using that word. It's about how you carry it. But I will say this: I find that men are not as forgiving of women in their hardship, and because men tend to not be emotionally available to women, meaning when I'm having a bad day, when I'm going through something, there is no one available for me to talk to and be supported by and encouraged from. So chances are, I ain't staying through very much.
Whoa.
Because it is really nice that women are the backbone, but there is no one backing us up. And these days we have just as much pressure as men do. And I'm not going to sit in a situation where I'm propping you up all the time and I have nobody helping me. Like, I got to go to outside sources to find that support. And I just
outside sources.
That's not fair to anybody. My mama, my cousin, my daddy. Like, I got to call other people
outside of your man. And I get that.
I mean, it could very well be a male friend, which we now have an issue with because you don't want me talking to other men, and why are you telling him my business? So, like I said, I probably ain't gonna stay through much.
Okay, all right, I gotta wrap this up. So make sure everybody that's in the box right now, because they're gonna answer the bonus question for the guys. They want to know, what does it take to make a long distance relationship successful? In your own opinion, no cookie cut answer, just in your own opinion. Relocation. I like that. If you can't relocate, you can't date me. Facts. I like that.
How long we gonna be long distance? We gonna be married in long distance? That don't make sense.
I like that. That was the biggest thing when somebody asked me the other day on my live. I said, is relocation if I'm open? She said, are you open to date around the U.S.? I said, if they're willing to relocate, yes.
I mean, it goes both ways though. Like, somebody gotta relocate, so you can't put it all on the other person. But for me, like, we're not finna be FaceTiming 2-3 years from now. Figure this mess out.
Right.
No.
For a lot of jazz. Right. Okay. What you got on this, Kitty or Misha?
I like Lolita's answer. You got to come to mama.
How do you say that, Miss People Diva? Like, right, I'm not going to FaceTime you all day long.
I think that there's some validity, the physical part of the relationship has to get really interesting over the phone and through text and through email. There's a lot of intentionality that has to show up in a long distance relationship that you don't have to do if you're in person with one another. In some ways, there's a lot more deliberate actions that have to be taken for a long-term, long-distance relationship to continue and to work. And if you can respect and appreciate that physical piece may look different for a period of time, and whatever that is to you, for me personally, it's not going to go on for years like that. But for a period of time, it certainly is reasonable that they don't have that. And in some ways, it can actually be more beneficial to have more conversation and, just flash some boobies, every once in a while, or have deliberate conversation over the phone in a romantic way. How's that? Whatever that might look like, in that part. But the thoughtfulness is definitely more intentional. You have to pick up the phone, you have to text, right? You have to be thinking of that person in order to get that text off. You got to make a conversation. How was your day? These are things that, people who are in person just take for granted. You might get up, you might brush your teeth, you might not even say anything to that person, and then at lunchtime maybe or something. But I'm just saying that long distance relationships frequently that are going to work have to take deliberate action, and consequently they have to be intentional. Otherwise, they're not going to work.
Okay, so Misha, I heard you got to hop on some jets. I heard time frame. We talking 4 months, 6 months, a year, but we ain't talking over a year. You can't date me. Okay. So, and I heard if we can't get physical, you can't give me enough time. So what I heard also is you got to have the means to be in a long distance relationship, guys. If you broke and you working at like McDonald's, let's just be honest. I'm not talking trash about McDonald's, but if you're working at McDonald's, you don't have the means to be in a long distance relationship, you're doomed from the jump. Because finance is going to be a problem. Because like Ms. Phoebe Diva said, somebody has to move. And then like Kitty said, somebody has to have the emotional connection and the money to get on that jet. She's not going to talk to you on FaceTime all day. Phoebe said she's not either. Misha, what's your take?
No.
I had to like, don't just let me just. I'm an easy in. Okay, so ask the question one more time, please.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
What does it take to make a long distance relationship successful? Not work. I make it work. We don't use make it work. Successful.
Relationship successful. Words of affirmation. I feel like you can discover a person more when you're long distance. It's really weird to say that, but you have nothing to give but yourself.
I agree with that as well. Like you got nothing but
time. So
to
it's like, yeah, it is yet to a point. Because I mean, you could be like, I feel like you could be in person with somebody and they can pretend to be somebody, but that's not who they are. But when you're long distance, you actually can have chemistry, grow chemistry with a person instead of having that physical touch. That physical touch, you can be lustful for a person, but do you really have that bond? Does that make sense? I feel like
I get that. I get it. Like you got time and FaceTime and the phone and text messages, so you're spending all day long talking to that one person, getting to know that person in every way. Because after a while, you run out of conversation, you run out of topics to talk about. So now you see when this guy get mad, upset, angry, you go through the emotions more quickly on the phone and don't have to deal with it in the physical. I get that. People got something to say to that. I'm gonna let her say that, then we gotta get.
I'm trying to figure out if y'all been on this app very long. You can fake all kind of stuff.
No, I've been here.
Yeah, but you can fake all kind of stuff in person too.
It's a lot harder to fake your job, your house, your car. It's a lot harder to fake, and it's a lot harder to fake chemistry in person. Because on the phone, you can chemistry.
A person can tell you, "I love you."
How many of y'all have talked to somebody for months on the phone, and then y'all get in person and y'all looking at each other like, "No, this ain't it."
Not much, but
you can fake chemistry in person. You can fake chemistry on the phone. Because let me tell you, dudes can fake wanting to want, like, it's almost like porn in a sense when you long distance. It's easy to make that stuff work because, like you said, Kitty, we got to be intentional. But if we sitting in front of each other and I'm not attracted to you, chances are we not finna fake the phone right now. This is not gonna happen a second time. So we can do this over the phone all day long. There is no way in the world chemistry is better long distance than in person, because in person people can do that long distance stuff for so long and then get in the presence of a person and be like, right. They can have body odor, like all kinds of stuff happen when you get in person. Like it sounds good. It sounds real good, but reality says, and y'all been on this app long enough to know.
Coming from, and I feel Misha too, because
we can fake the phone.
They talk to you. At some point, I'm gonna see who you are. Facts.
Long distance, you not. It is less likely to happen in long distance than it is in person, because you're not gonna be able to fake in person very long.
If you living with your mom and I don't know, I'm gonna say, give me a tour of your house. Oh, that's your car. Can I see the title? If we're in a relationship, we're not hiding. You got a title,
all you gotta do is avoid a room. It is easier to be deliberately deceptive long distance.
And then if they stop texting me after I ask to see their car title or their car or them drive it, then it was a blessing that they stopped texting me.
I'm not sending you my car title. I don't care whose title it is. Do you drive this car every day to work?
That's what I'm saying.
But that's insane. Like to feel like that makes you closer because you can request this over the phone.
I don't know. I just feel like
you can fake a car title long distance. Because guess what? I'm not physically looking at this document. It's just a picture.
She's saying,
they got apps for that, right?
Right. She's right.
But, yeah, no, I agree. That's why I say there's got to be a time frame. There's got to be a time frame.
Hey, if Misha can't send me a title with her picture and then holding it like this, I'm going to believe it's a fraud anyway if it ain't got her face in it. Hell, I might even have to make a title to I Heart D'Angelo with the title, just so I know it wasn't edited.
But some place don't put your face on the title of your car. That's just your driver's license.
The real cat.
I realize that. I feel that. Okay. I agree with all three of these answers. We all had different opinions, you know. I agree with Miss Phoebe. I agree with Miss Suze. I agree with Miss Misha. Now we're going to let the guys answer this question so we can wrap up the show. And I appreciate all y'all for coming and giving y'all opinions. Last week, the girls ended the show. So this week, Classy said the guys gotta in the show this week. So that's what we're gonna do. I picked last week. She picked this week. All right. So, what do you think? What does it take to make a long distance relationship work, guys? Y'all heard the ladies, and they was passionate about it.
Yeah, I'll be honest, man. Since relationships do not work, man. And then, like you say, it depends on the time frame. Because me being a military member, if I'm gone for a couple months at a time, or if I'm deployed for 7-8 months, depending on where I'm at, if I'm committed to a person and then committed to that relationship, I would hope it would work out, and I hope they would understand the circumstance, because that's part of the job, you know, with the military. But long term, like you said, D, past a year, man, that's pushing it, man. You know, you want people to do better for themselves, but there's needs that need to be met physically as well as emotionally. So you don't want to cheat on somebody, and you don't want to lead somebody on or hurt somebody's feelings. So I'll be honest with you, man. Longer than a year, can't do it. Can't do it. That's just me.
I agree with you.
Yeah, you gotta have. I think relationships come down to mindset and planning a lot. Like, what is our plan and when are we gonna be together? And then I can talk to you until we get there. But if we ain't there by that time, we gotta keep it pushing, because we ain't just gonna keep fairy telling forever. You know what I mean?
If we can stay friends, build a good friendship,
and then you also got to delete this app, because people are going to talk behind your back and everybody going to be all up in your business. So you can't be on this app and be in a long distance relationship. You can't be on this app. Delete it. Delete it if you want to do it.
I don't agree with you on that, Legs. I'll be honest with you, I don't agree with that. You allow whatever your stream, you allow your stream to do what your stream needs to do. And whatever you do in your stream is not no one else's fucking business outside of what you do outside of this app. So at the end of the damn day, if I don't want you to know my goddamn business, I ain't gotta tell you my goddamn business. I let you know whatever I want you to know through my stream. I drink, you know what I'm saying? I drink, and you realistically, you wasted. Guess what? I'm at my house by my damn self, not hurting anybody. You know what I'm saying? Technically speaking, if I turn off this app. So again, if I'm in a relationship with somebody else that's on this app, what y'all two do is y'all goddamn business. It's not really no one else's business. And I think that's the biggest.
I like that.
But that's my point, is that it's not nobody else's business, but people make it their business.
So the only people that involved that they know who else's business it is you and the other person. So whatever you allow,
people start making up stuff, and then they, so and so said this, and they never said that. It's a lot of drama.
Back to the trust, bro. It comes back to the trust, right? So if I trust you enough to take your word for what it is, you know what I'm saying? That's what I got. I have your trust until you prove otherwise. You've got my trust until it's proven otherwise.
I'm gonna give
until you undid that trust, which again, it goes back to that. Until you undid that trust, no matter what other motherfuckers say, that's not none of their goddamn business. Your business is your business with your woman or whoever you deal with, whoever you're in a relationship with. So,
we're on an app that makes it like people literally like almost have like a TMZ type of effect.
App if the communication factor is with it, because at the end of the damn day, some people make money from this shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, regardless of how you want to put it, like some people do make money off this shit, bro. Like, so you don't have to put your business out there on the street for everyone to know. People can ask you all goddamn day. It's none of your fucking business. This is what I can say, right? So like, at the end of the day, I don't agree with that. I can't agree with that. But to go back to the long distance relationship situation, I'm with Doc on this situation. Like, realistically, I'm going to entertain a long distance relationship, but you can't expect me to take that serious. I can't take it serious until I come there. It's the reason why I've done some of the things I've done. I've been in a long distance relationship. I don't approve of a long distance relationship. Somebody has to suck it up and fucking move, or have the opportunity to be able to move. It's just a fact of life. I can't fucking make a baby and you 500 miles away. You know what I'm saying? If I'm trying to build and build something with you 500 miles away, someone has to suck it up and move. And at the end of the goddamn day, I can't take you serious until either I move or you move. Someone has to build it. And if I have an opportunity, I don't have no kids, so I don't got no reliability. So if I got the opportunity to do something or change that, I'm going to change it. Or if you have the opportunity and I got the better position at the moment, you have the opportunity to who has the better position? I had a better position and you can move, or you have the better position and I can move. Because at what point do we kind of fucking go away from that? Yeah, somebody has, and that's the type of relationship it is. A long relationship works as long as you're working towards something. It's working towards not being no longer long distance. Yep. I mean, it could work for a while. You could give her fairy tale shit, but hell, I only can masturbate for so long. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I mean, I can go. You can go buy me a fucking flashlight, and I'm fucking the fuck out of the flashlight while I'm looking at you play with your clit. It's only been so much time I can go do that shit. So like at the end of the damn day, that's what my law in this relationship. Unless I'm deployed, and that's the only thing is, and I got to get that personal feeling from you before I get my deployment on, because I'm gonna be gone potentially for a year.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's got to be set up and understood. You know what I'm saying? And put into place. I'm in the fucking military. I will be gone for a year if I go to get deployed. There's a good chance I'll be gone for a year, if not 16 months. So like that has to be understood. And that was one of my issues. And that's one of the issues with me as far as being in a real relationship when it comes to that. Because I have the understanding like, yo, motherfucker, I'm gonna be gone for a year. Can you handle that?
That's like being locked up. It's like being locked up.
Right. Can you handle that? And I have to set that expectation up front of like, yo, if you fuck with me and you get married, I'm not, you can get out the military. No, the fuck I can't. I got 5 more years left, at least. And I'm an officer, so I can do 33 years. So I'm not, either you could handle that or you don't. Yep. And that's what the bottom line is. I'm not giving up my fucking career for what you got going on, what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Some people enjoy it, some people don't. If you can't handle that situation, then I need to move the fuck on and what you call it. And it's just the truth shall set you free. As much as you love me, I love you too. But shit, love only goes but so far. You know what I'm saying? There's 3 parts of a fucking relationship. There's love, there's financial, and there's the fact that y'all get along with each other. There's physical, right? So love, financial, and physical. So if those parts are missing in your DNA, that's why the divorce rate is so fucking high. Yep. So finance is the number 1 reason for divorce. You know what I'm saying? So again, long distance relationships they work until someone has to compromise. And at what point do someone compromise in order to be together to make it really work? And that's when, and I see what Fee was talking about. Someone's moving, and I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? You got to meet up, because what you talk on a fucking phone is great all fucking day, but if you ain't in person, y'all can't get along, or y'all can't coexist, or that motherfucker nasty, or you got a pet peeve, you can't deal with a fucking toothpaste being all over the fucking because you know some of the motherfuckers be squeezing the goddamn toothpaste, all the goddamn toothpaste at the bottom and shit like that. Is that your pet peeve? And I can't get along with that shit. Now we got an issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm being serious, but like jokingly too. You know what I'm saying? Because some motherfuckers. It's
kind of like sometimes like stuff work out on paper, but like in action it don't really work. You know what I mean?
Right. So like, at what point do we come together and coexist? So let's try this out. Let's try this out. And I don't have no expectations when I'm doing this shit. We'll try it out. We'll see if it works. And if it works,
we got no expectations.
Yeah, if it works, we
don't have expectations. If it works out, good. At least you're giving effort into it. And if it fails, guess what?
Refrigerator fever.
I don't set no expectations. That way I'm not disappointed. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get disappointed in this situation. We tried it. It worked. Fuck yeah, let's do it. If we tried it, it didn't work. Well, we tried. You know what I'm saying? You can't say we didn't try. I move on. You know what I'm saying?
I'm getting my Sunday church lesson right now, baby.
And people, she says I have OCD. She need a motherfucker that she ain't got to clean up after all 24/7. You know what I'm saying? She got us to know that. So if I know this motherfucker got OCD and that's a problem for her, then I need to know that shit too. You know what I'm saying? I need to be at least halfway OCD. That way I'm not causing all the fucking problems. You know what I'm saying? So like
how many times y'all meeting up? It might be long distance, but how many times are we meeting up during this long distance relationship? Right. Like, is we meeting up every once in a while? I can get some of that goodies, or am I supposed to be?
Met a couple of times. What are we doing? Are we trying to be in a relationship or not? I mean, because somebody has to give the compromise. Okay, I need you to start looking for a job in Alaska because that's where I'm at. I'm stationed in Alaska for the next 4 years. Can you handle that? Can that be something that you do? You know what I'm saying? If that's nothing that you can do, then I just can't. Okay, we tried. You just, well, in 4 years, if you're still available, we'll try it again. We may try again.
So we tried.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we may try again when I get closer, and maybe you can come that way. Because I don't plan on not retiring. You know what I'm saying? I don't plan on retiring. So, like, this is my life. You know what I'm saying? And can you be a part of it? Can you complement my life? Can we move on to be something better together? And can we build our business? Because that's what it is. A lot of people look at a marriage as fucking goddamn, oh, that's his shit, your shit. Which can we build our household for my CEO and my co-CEO to bring together to build our empire to make it better? How can we do that for the whole family and not just myself?
Okay, let's get it in there, Legs. Let's get in there, Docs. Well, Doc, let's kind of say someone let you finish, Legs. I appreciate that. Most definitely, Dale. Like, you broke it down for us, and that was tremendous. Let's go, Legs.
No, I was just saying the same thing I was saying earlier. It's just like, how frequently are we like meeting up? Pretty much, what is our plan? As in, when are we going to be together?
Yeah.
And then the other things everybody else was saying is pretty much like, you got to see what it's like when you guys are actually together. You know what I mean? You know, maybe I like to, you know, do certain things.
I get it. So we talking about, Doc. Dale said you got to have a game plan. He said, I need to know when I'm going to meet you. He said, but I really can't. I can love you all day on the phone and kiss you through the phone, but I can't take you serious until you're actually in front of me. And then you give me a cohesive game plan about when you're moving. He said, then when we're there and you're in the state, then we can move forward and build an empire. That's what he's saying. It's a business.
It's got to be able to have an end goal, man. So you could fly there and she could come fly and see you. That could only last for so long. What's the end goal to the thing, you know? So that's pretty much what it boils down to. Dell pretty much broke it down, man, to be honest with you. Like, I got nothing more to add to that. He broke it down. But like Legs said, what's the time frame? So 3 months, all right, I'll fly see you. Then 3 weekends from now, you fly and see me. We'll try to make it work. And then
I mean, other than that, it's just a fucking fling. It's a fling. You know what I'm saying?
We can even call it a fling. You ain't never even met him.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm in a long distance relationship, we boyfriend, girlfriend, we just fucking. To be honest, I mean, you can do your shit. I wouldn't know dilly shit. You can do your, like, dead ass. You didn't answer the phone. Well, shit. She didn't answer the phone. Why you didn't answer the phone?
I was asleep.
I don't know nothing to verify that shit.
my phone battery died.
I was with my dad.
The long relationship
Grocery.
That's facts. That's facts.
I mean, think about how many people that was like, yeah, I was in a relationship with this dude for 2 or 3 years, a long distance relationship, and they was full-fledged married. That shit happens, some real shit.
Yeah.
And people don't take
like,
it
he came to come visit you, and he done told his wife it's a guy's night out or some shit like that, guy's weekend, and this motherfucker don't go into his long distance relationship.
Living a double life. We gotta get the double life question out there one day too. That double life, living a double life. I'm gonna ask y'all this before we all go. Y'all met anybody that lived a double life personally, guys? And y'all in the comments, let me know.
Have I ever met? No, but I had somebody cheat on me when I was in basic training. That's about it.
Okay.
I guess that's a double life. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
That's life if they try to maintain it. What about you, Doc? What about you, Legs?
The time I seen that shit was on Maury Povich, man. You are not the father. So that's the only time I got to see that shit. Not in real life, though.
What about you, Legs?
Man, I seen that shit in college a lot.
I seen it in college too.
Dude, this dude had a whole baby and a baby mom that he was with, a girlfriend, and was getting some on the side. And it was just, that was crazy. There's this dude on the app recently that has a wife and was meeting up for this. I've seen it recently, and I've like known this dude for months and didn't know nothing about this. And I was like, "Are you like serious?" Wife got on the app and everything. It was a whole mess. It was messy. It was really.
You thought he was streaming, but the wife ended up streaming. Like, oh yeah, I'm his wife.
If his wife streamed, she would make millions of dollars.
I know. Hey, I'm not gonna say no names. I know 2 people that was in a relationship together that started streaming, broke up. They started streaming. They were streaming together. Then they broke up, streamed separately. Right. One blew up on the app, and then parted his ways, and the other one blew up on the app. Is now top back.
I already know what you're talking about too.
Yeah.
I don't, but that was interesting.
Yeah, that was interesting. All right, guys, I appreciate y'all opinions. At this time, I'm gonna let y'all out of the box. I appreciate y'all for coming.
Everybody.
Thank you, D, for having us, man. Thank you for hosting great.
I'm gonna let them give. No, we're gonna do the recap with Classy and Kitty Commander. If they got anything else they want to say in Classy for putting the shows together, I'm gonna let the administrators, Art Man, if you hear Lemon, y'all can get in the box. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. We're gonna do the recap real quick, and then we're gonna get off. So I'm gonna let Out of the box. I'm gonna put them in the box. We're gonna hear what
Stay blessed, man.
for sure. I appreciate y'all. All right, are y'all ready for the recap? If y'all had something to add to the mix real fast, I'm gonna let y'all say it and then we're gonna run. All right, Classy, since you didn't have a chance, and as the head administrator, what's up?
That was an awesome opinion session. I love that. And Dell, he hit every freaking, I couldn't type fast enough. Like he was saying all the right stuff that I was like, yep, I agree. Yes, yes, yes. So that was awesome. Like yeah, I have not, I'm speechless, really. I'm just like, I had so much to say. I'm like, oh. And now I'm like, I'm just speechless. It was great. I loved everybody's opinion. It was just awesome.
Nice. So,
Yeah. Are you done, Classy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I was just gonna say, I just appreciate Dell, Legs to the Roof, Doc, Fiva Diva, Misha. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing your opinion and being true to yourself and being true to how you feel. And, I like all the varied opinions. It was great to have so many varied opinions. And, we all are different people. It brings people to a better understanding by sharing opinions respectfully with one another. Thank you for being respectful to everybody's opinions that are different. That's all. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, it was great having you guys. Thank you.
exactly. I like to say thank you as well. It was a wonderful show with all you guys. It was totally awesome. So at this time, we're gonna leave y'all with a
Yes.
bye.